Hello guys. How you all doing? Well, I'm well myself, and I want us to look at Vix75. I hope you still remember this one. That's if you've been following me for more than a week, then you would know about this setup. But if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe, and so that you can be able to watch more content that I'll be bringing on this channel. But if you're interested, there's a mentorship that is currently ongoing, and it's starting on Monday. We're starting on Monday. So that's where I'll be teaching you all this stuff and more. And you'll have you'll be able to ask me questions. We'll be able to do one-on-one sessions on Zoom and stuff like that, so that at the end of the day, you get the best value for your money, and you're able to come up with all these setups by yourself. I understand it might be tricky at first to especially when you're still new, but I can assure you, with the right knowledge, you'll be able to if you're following the right steps, you'll be able to come up with good setups. And let's get started. I hope you still remember this one. When we were going down, the first trade I took it here. If you can watch the previous video I made on Vix75, I showed you how I came about taking this one, because that's we put the trend line there and said the move from this area went up there and broke the trend line, and also broke the areas of resistance, which means this was a good area of support on H4. Because of what it did, it took out the trend line, it took out the area of resistance. So when the price came back to it here, I put if you can see, it was just a buy limit here. I put buy limit at that level. Why? Because this is an area of support that gave me all those things, breaking the trend line and breaking the areas of resistance, right? And then we also talked about this area on the, I think it's on daily. Yeah, it's much visible on daily. This old support broken, said it might be the new resistance, but we're not saying it is going to. You must be, I'm not saying anything is going to happen. I'm saying it might happen, because I don't know what's going to happen, but I can teach you the stuff that will be, you can make up, be able to select the high odds setups, even though some they fail, but it's fine. But at the end of the day, what can I say? At the end of the day, if you are following good risk management, you should be able to come up with proper setups, right? So here, this is the one that we're talking about, saying the price might struggle to break it here. And if you can check nicely, we did react there, and then we went up, but we did not maintain that movement. So this candlestick coming down is the one that gave me the second entry. And by the look of things, you can see here the candlestick that we're having here, even though it's red, but it's not like a long candlestick like these ones. You can see the bulls tried to push it up. How do you tell that? How can you tell that the bulls tried to push it up? Because of what? This tail here. You can see the body is small, there's a tail. You can see there was the bulls and the bears fighting. Bulls trying to push the price back up, but the bears managed to win it, because they formed two new candlesticks going down like that. So I'm saying this is an area that price might struggle again, like it did here when it hit this area. But let's go down to H4 and see what is happening. And on H4, remember, you must never trust price action that looks like that. This is what we want. I want long candlestick. When you're going up, I want this. Then I'm convinced that the bulls are in control. But the moment we see stuff doing this, it's not a good sign. And there are those who will be remember, there are people, they call it what, a flag, or I think they call it flag, or what, the ones where they put the channel and then they do it this, and then they're expecting it to continue like that. But now the challenging part with such stuff is that if you are trading things like double tops, triple bottoms, the flag and all the stuff, the challenging part is that how do you now say we are going to get a breakout? Because this thing can touch 10 times before it breaks out. You see, so that's the challenging part. That's why I don't trade them. So I'd rather assess such a situation and using the support and the resistance and stuff like that. But I don't want to say I'm trading double top, no, because I'm not gonna be able to tell that now this is gonna hold. Just because the price came here and did this does not mean when it comes here it must do the same thing again. You need to assess this as a whole before you can conclude that it has a higher chances of holding. You can't just say it did this last time, so it must do that. You see, that's where they're getting it wrong. But if it works for them, then it works for them. It's fine. So let's see. So now I found an entry there. Let's go to H1. I'll show you. So remember, even in the previous video that I made, there was another entry that we made from, yes, I think it was here, this one, where we said the trend line was pointing up and it came here with the buy limit. And then remember, when you're buying, you must target the opposing structure. You must target the opposing structure. So which is the one that the entry that you got in the previous video. You can go check it out if you don't believe me, but I'm sure those ones, there are those that saw the thing, the entry. And now the price came back. Look what the price did, and then one can say there was a new trend line here because of what we had this swing, right, which is correct, which means this is the area of nearest H1 area of support was here, right? And then now the price came back to it and formed a pin bar there, but it failed. The price broke below, right? So here's how you should have tackled that one. Yes, okay, let me put the real trend line so that you can see what I'm talking about. I hope so far you can see that if you've been watching most of my videos, you will know that I don't change the approach. I'm always approaching the markets the same way, which is what I'll be teaching, to say that when you're trading the markets, you don't have to change. Now because I'm trading USD ZAR, I need to approach it this way. Now that I'm trading this, I need to approach. No, you must have like a strategy that you can apply anywhere on any instrument. So the area of support is here, right? Area of support is there, and then you had the pin bar. Now you can say if I was executing on H1 as my execution time frame, was I allowed to take that trade because of what? The trend line is there and we're going up and blah blah blah. So the answer will be no. Why? Because this candlestick, if you check it nicely, it does not touch the trend line, meaning the trend line has been broken. And another reason why it was not a good area for you to execute, unlike the one that we had here before, is that if you check H4 at that time, what did it give us? It gave us the rejection candlestick. So we're saying you don't trust the thing that moves like this. We rather have stuff that moves like that. So if it's moving like that, we don't trust it. So you can see the price is doing this, which is a negative thing. We don't like it. And again, it gave us this. And then it go to that H1, but the trend line has been broken on that H1, which means here you didn't have, you were not supposed to go long. But some, I'm sure they went long and stuff like that, but there you were not supposed to go long, which is why I ignored that one and waited at the one here at the base of the whole skirker move. Remember, the skirker started here, so the base, we started this skirker move here, and on daily we did have like a pin bar. If you check here, this pin bar, so that's why I entered at the beginning of the pin bar, right? The pin bar ends here and the skirker move started doing this. So now all that skirker has been violated because we cancelled it out with this pullback, and then that's when I'm expecting a new wave. Had the price became lower than this, then it means we have violated even the pin bar on daily, meaning that old support on daily, remember the old support, it would have worked out perfectly and became the new resistance. Then it means I would have looked to sell like that. But in this case, I looked at the skirker, and the skirker, the support at the skirker, it was never been tested before, because remember it starts here. That's why I went with the buy limit as well, just like the first entry. It was never been tested here. It got missed. It never came back. So this is the first time the price came back to it, and then now it pushed all the way up. You see, that's how you're supposed to trade. I still remember this is what I got. So if you don't, there are those people who don't trust the buy limit. If you can identify your stuff like that, and then remember the other way you can execute this by using what? By using the pin bar. When you get the pin bar, and then you put your buy stop. That's if you're looking to buy. But remember, we don't entertain every pin bar we are seeing on our chart, and I already told you why. You can check some of my videos, or you can join the mentorship, and then I will tell you why, and then I'll be giving you even more more sort of more analysis tips and stuff like that, so that I prepare you, so that at the end of the day you are able to tackle the market on your own. You see, I don't entertain every pin. There were a lot of pin bars on this chart, but I didn't entertain them. I was waiting at the right pin bar to form, or the price to touch the area that I wanted. Had it failed, I was gonna change now to the downside, but it didn't fail. So you can buy it with the buy stop like that, or you can just go with the buy limit, which is what I did in this case. And now the next stop, the next area where the price is gonna find some, which is around here. The next H4 area of resistance is here, is there. So that's where, when the price gets there, I can move my stop losses up. And another thing that I need to note here is that this is the high that we formed, came back. Now we have went higher than that. This is high, meaning we have a new H4 trend line which goes like this. H4 looks there like that. But if you check in the move on your left, you can see it was very smooth coming down. Hopefully it will also do the same thing, go up like that. I'm not saying it's gonna do that, but hopefully it will do that. Why? Because remember, on the higher time frame, if you've been following this, you know that this thing, I've been connecting it for you for a while now. We said this is the monthly trend line is here, and the weekly area of support is here, which is what gave me my first entry. I'm not making this up, guys. I'm always sharing this stuff. That's what gave me my first entry. So if you've been following me, you would have gotten the same thing there. But I know most people, they are still scared. When they are buying, I don't think they will hold it this long. Even when there's stuff like that, there'll be, sometimes it can do that. You're holding and then it hits you. But there are times where it will work. But so at the end of the day, you must just learn to put your emotions aside. Don't count your profit before it is closed. It's a done deal. If it is still running, you're not going to count that. So let me show you how much this one is paying me, as you can see on the screen. But I'm not counting that as yet, because my stop loss is here. My stop losses are here. So if it comes back, it's not going to take me out with this amount that you just seen here on the screen, which is why you must just learn to put your emotions aside and trade. Don't make your decisions. I need you to listen to me carefully. Don't make your trading decision like stuff like moving your stop loss, closing your trades, execution, adding more trades. Don't make such decisions based on numbers. Don't close your trade based on the amount of profit that is running. Rather, make decisions based on the structure. So let's say you must say, I'm closing this trade, or I'm placing my TP here. Not to say I'm placing it here because if the price hits here, it's going to give me 3,000 or it's going to give me 5,000 rands. No, I'm placing it here because this is the area of resistance. You see, I'm making that decision based on the structure that is on the chart. So you must make your decisions based on what you are seeing, the structure, not the numbers. Because if you make decisions based on numbers, I'm telling you, you're going to make wrong decisions most of the time. You see, you'll end up over trading because you want more money, stuff like that. But you can make more money even by using reasonable lot sizes and placing your stop losses and your take profits at the right areas of around the right areas. Then you see that trading is not that hard. But the moment you mix it with emotions and stuff like that, make decisions based on numbers, you have got 3k running, now you want to close that trade, but you can see that the nearest area of resistance or support is still far. Why are you closing? It's because you are focused on the amount that is running. That's where you're going to make mistakes. Make decisions based on what I'm saying. So if I place my TP here, TP there, and the TP gets hit, I'm not going to celebrate and say I made this much. I know why I exited there. It was not because the money that is running. So I'm going to end it like that, guys. And then for those that are interested in the mentorship, you'll just let me know in the comment section, and then we will take it there. I'll just put my Telegram number in the comment section, and then you just text me, and then we'll continue that side. So if you are following this setup, put your new trend line there, meaning your new area of support on H4, or the area below is this one. Remember, you always mark the area below and the area above, but I'm done. So this is the new area below, and that's the area above, which is the support and resistance, and this is the H4 trend line. So I'm gonna end it like that, and then I'll see you guys in the next video. And please give me a like and a sub, and then yeah guys, I'll see you in the next one. Sharp sharp.